Hello students, welcome back in our geography class. Today we are going to continue our ninth chapter, secondary occupations. So our today's topic is classification of manufacturing industry. According to some basis, now we are going to classify the industry. So first of all, we are going to classify on the basis of size. On the basis of size, the industry can be classified into three categories, and these are cottage, small scale and large scale. Students, cottage industries are the smallest unit of manufacturing. In this industry, basically, the local raw material is used for processing and only the family members can manufacture the things. It means they use very less amount of capital, very less amount of tools and equipments, and their skills are also not been very much fine or good. So after personal consumption, the remaining goods are sold in the nearby market. Some of the things like edibles, articles made by sand, etc. are manufactured in cottage industry. Here a chart given about the description of classification of industry. So students, very short kind of things, very lesser importance of things, or very often used day to day often used in, things are generated or manufactured in the cottage industry like furniture, utensils, tools, shoes, earthenware, jewelry, paper, leaf plate, etc. These are the things which is manufactured in the cottage industry. So Indian villages were self-dependent due to the development of cottage industry. If the government makes some plan for flourishing the cottage industry, then surely the villagers get benefited. Like blacksmith, goldsmith, potter, barber, cobbler, carpenter, they got job in these small scale industries, in these cottage industries. Now let's move to the small scale industry. These are also known as a small scale industry, just like cottage, but they are slightly different from the cottage industry. In these industry, local raw material can be used for processing, but the workers may be semi-skilled, and also the power-driven machines are used for the process of raw material, for the processing of raw material. So these industries provide employment on a large scale to densely populated population, basically in the developing countries. Students, increasing the purchasing power of local people, these kind of industry flourish. So the major difference between a small scale and the cottage industry is that in the cottage industry, no power generating machines can be used, whereas in the small scale industries, machine and energy both are used. And also the salaried workers can be employed, whereas in the cottage industry, the workers basically, the laborers basically belong to a family, and mostly they make things for their self consumption. So some of the example of small scale industries are textile, paper, goods, toys, earthenware, furniture, dairy products, edible oil, milks, metal utensils, leather articles. These are some of the examples of the small scale industry. Now let's move to the large scale industry. Large scale industry require different kind of raw material, and it's not necessary that raw material produced on nearby the industrial area. Maybe they are transported from the other places, and means of energy also used for the process of raw material. Large market required for the selling of goods. Skilled labor are most required, and as well as the advanced technology and huge capital required for developing or for establishing the large scale industry. So students, these industry originated after basically इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन के बाद में लार्ज स्केल इंडस्ट्रीज इन्वेंट हुई थी, इंट्रोड्यूस हुई थी बहुत सारे वर्ल्ड के अदर अदर पार्ट्स में, एंड they introduced by the European nation. So the special attention is given to the quality of the product in these industries. And specialization in production is an important feature of the large scale industry. Finished goods are exported from the producing area towards the nation where these finished products required. So initially, large scale industries were established in Great Britain, Western Europe, Russia, Japan, etc. But these have expanded in all parts of the world. And some of the example of large scale industries are cement, cotton textiles, petrochemicals, iron, steel, etc. So this is all about the classification of the industry based on size. Now let's move to the other classification. This is based on raw material. So according to the raw material used for processing, the industry can be classified into several parts. Like here, 5 different type of industry according to the raw material use given. And the first one is agro-based industry. A very simple concept work here. Agro means agricultural, based means depend upon agriculture. So the finished product after various process from agriculture produce is sent to rural and urban market for sale. So some example of this particular kind of industry are basically textile, beverages, food processing, etc. So what it means? It simple means that the raw material is comes from the agricultural field for processing. Nowadays, human is required several things for survival. So rural areas and as well as urban areas, they both are depend upon market for sale, and basically in the agro based industry the things are produced for the satisfaction of human needs. Most of the things like textile. So for textile, the raw material is cotton, silk and jute, which grown in the agricultural field. Then beverage industry, tea, coffee, cocoa are some of the example of beverages. They all are produced in the agricultural farm. Food processing, like if tomato is used for ketchup, then this particular thing is made by industry. Vegetable, ghee, rubber, these are some of the examples. And the raw material is obtained by the agricultural. Right? Now next is mineral based industry. ऐसी इंडस्ट्री जिसका रॉ मटेरियल मिनरल होता है. So nowadays some industries use metallic and non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals with ferrous content like iron, steel, machine and tools industry, railway engine, agricultural implement, they need raw material which is obtained by the mining areas. So that kind of industries are said to be mineral based industry. And some of the non-metallic minerals like granite, marble, sandstone, which is used in the building, houses, road construction, etc. So these are the example of basically mineral industry. Now let's move to the chemical based industry. Chemical based industry means the raw material is totally depend upon chemical. So chemical mineral found naturally are used in this type of industry. Mineral oil is used in petrochemical industry, chemical fertilizer, paint, varnish, etc. are some of the examples. Natural minerals are also used in salt, sulfur and potash industry as well. Chemical products are also used in agriculture, metallic textile, leather, paper, glass, ceramic, soap. So these are the industry which is based upon the raw material which is processed or comes from the chemical area. Now the next classification is industrial based on forest produce. It means this industry belongs to forest produce. ऐसा raw material जो कि forest से आता है, like paper and pulp for paper making, furniture means timber, wood, matchmaking industry, shellac. These are some of the examples. Wood for paper, bamboo and grass, timber for furniture, shellac for sealing wax. These are some of the example for the industry which is based on forest produce. Now the last next classification based upon animal. So the raw material is obtained by the animals, and raw materials like leather and wool, leather for leather industry, wool for woolen textile. So if the raw material based upon animals, then the classification is animal based industry. Hope you guys understand the topic well. Now let's move to the other base of classification, and now industry is based on ownership. Who is the owner of the industry? So according to the ownership, the industry can be classified under three categories, and these three categories are public sector industry, private sector and joint sector. Public sector means governmental sector. If the ownership is in the hand of government, then that particular industry is said to be public sector industry. So these industries are owned by government. Many industries are under public sector in India. In communist country, most of the industries are owned by government. हमारे इंडिया में ज़्यादातर जो बड़ी इंडस्ट्रीज हैं वो गवर्नमेंटल ओन्ड इंडस्ट्री हैं। तो ऐसी इंडस्ट्री जिन पर गवर्नमेंट का राइट होता है, जिनका ओनरशिप गवर्नमेंट के हाथ में होता है, उन्हें गवर्नमेंट बेस्ड इंडस्ट्री कहते हैं या फिर पब्लिक सेक्टर इंडस्ट्री कहते हैं। प्राइवेट सेक्टर, इफ द ओनरशिप ऑफ दिस इंडस्ट्री lie with the private investor, then that particular kind of industry is said to be private sector. So in the countries of capitalist economy, जिस भी कंट्री में कैपिटलिस्ट इकोनॉमी है वहाँ ज़्यादातर इंडस्ट्री प्राइवेट सेक्टर, जैसे हमारे यहाँ पर रिलायंस पावर है ना, रिलायंस इंफ्रा है, तो इस पर टाटा स्टील है, इन पर किसका राइट है, इस पर किसका ओनरशिप है? पर्टिकुलर किसी प्राइवेट इन्वेस्टर का। जैसे रिलायंस पर ओनरशिप है मुकेश अंबानी का, अनिल अंबानी का, टाटा इंडस्ट्रीज पर रतन टाटा सर का। सिमिलरली ऐसी इंडस्ट्री जिस पर ओनरशिप किसी प्राइवेट इन्वेस्टर का होता है उसे कहते हैं प्राइवेट सेक्टर इंडस्ट्री। अंडरस्टूड? नाउ जॉइंट सेक्टर इंडस्ट्री। So industry of this type are jointly operated by any joint company or by joint effort of private or public. अगर कोई दो प्राइवेट इन्वेस्टर मिलकर के किसी एक कंपनी को चलाएं या फिर गवर्नमेंट और एक प्राइवेट मिलकर के कंपनी को चलाए, तो ऐसी कंपनीज, ऐसी इंडस्ट्रीज कहलाती हैं जॉइंट सेक्टर कंपनी। जैसे ऑयल इंडिया लिमिटेड। ऑयल इंडिया लिमिटेड इंडिया का एक ऐसा एग्जाम्पल है जिसमें पब्लिक और प्राइवेट यानी कि गवर्नमेंट और प्राइवेट ओनरशिप दोनों है। होप यू गाइज अंडरस्टैंड द इंडस्ट्री इज बेस्ड अपॉन ओनरशिप। Now let me discuss the world's major manufacturing. Students, today there are hundreds of industry in the world, right? आज 100 से भी ज्यादा इंडस्ट्री है पूरे वर्ल्ड में, हम तो कहें हजारों इंडस्ट्री हैं आज वर्ल्ड। और लेकिन उन इतनी सारी इंडस्ट्रीज में से जो बेसिक इंडस्ट्री है वो दो है, एंड दीज टू इंडस्ट्रीज आर आयरन स्टील एंड टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री, राइट? So let's discuss about the iron steel first. The iron and steel industry is the important industry for the foundation of industrial system. हम ये भी कह सकते हैं कि आयरन स्टील इंडस्ट्री जो है यही फाउंडेशन स्टोन है मॉडर्न इंडस्ट्रियल एज का। इसी ने पॉसिबल बनाया है इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन को। इट इज अ हेवी इंडस्ट्री एंड प्रोवाइड्स रॉ मटेरियल टू मेनी अदर इंडस्ट्री। इट मीन्स इट इज अ काइंड ऑफ बेसिक इंडस्ट्री। ये एक ऐसी इंडस्ट्री है जिसका खुद का रॉ मटेरियल बहुत भारी होता है, हेवी इंडस्ट्री है, पर ये बहुत सारी अदर इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए एज अ रॉ मटेरियल वर्क करने वाली इंडस्ट्री। तो ऐसी इंडस्ट्री जो अदर इंडस्ट्री के लिए हमेशा रॉ मटेरियल का काम करे उसे बेसिक इंडस्ट्री कहते हैं, राइट? सो वी कांट इवन इमेजिन इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट विदाउट दिस इंडस्ट्री। इवन अगर हम बात करें इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन की तो हम किसी अदर इंडस्ट्री को इमेजिन भी नहीं कर सकते बिना आयरन स्टील के। तो अगर हम ये कहें कि ये इंडस्ट्री एक पाइवॉट इंडस्ट्री है तो इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं होगी। पाइवॉट मीन्स स्तंभ है बाकी सारी इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए। तो देयर आर थ्री मेथड for manufacturing iron. And these three methods are Bessemer method, the free furnace method, and the electric furnace method. रॉ मटेरियल को, जो कास्ट आयरन होता है, उसको प्योर आयरन में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए जिस सिस्टम का यूज होता है उसको यहाँ मेथड के अकॉर्डिंग क्लासिफाई किया है। आप सभी जानते हैं ना, इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए जो रॉ मटेरियल आते हैं, बेसिकली वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट मिनरल्स। इन मिनरल्स को पहले बहुत हाई टेम्परेचर पर मेल्ट किया जाता है, फिर इनके अंदर की इम्प्योरिटीज को हटाया जाता है और उसके बाद प्योर मटेरियल अलग किया जाता है। तो ये हाई टेम्परेचर पर मेल्ट करना, इम्प्योरिटीज हटाना, प्योरिटी को अलग करना, ये सारा जो सिस्टम होता है जिस मेथड से होता है उस मेथड को यहाँ क्लासिफाई किया है। एक है बेसिमर, एक है फ्री फर्नेस और एक है इलेक्ट्रिक फर्नेस, राइट। So to make iron steel, iron ore is melted with coke and limestone in furnace. कैसे मेल्ट करते हैं? आयरन ओर को मेल्ट करने के लिए कोक और लाइमस्टोन को फर्नेस में डाला जाता है। देन आयरन मेल्ट होना शुरू होता है। मेल्टेड आयरन व्हेन कूल्स डाउन आउटसाइड इज नोन एज कास्ट आयरन। जो मेल्टेड आयरन ठंडा होता है बाहर, उसे कास्ट आयरन कहते हैं। देन इन कास्ट आयरन मैग्नीज एडेड टू मेक स्टील। कास्ट आयरन में मैग्नीज को जब ऐड करते हैं तो उससे क्या बनता है? उससे बनता है स्टील। तो ट्रेडिशनली द हैवी आयरन इंडस्ट्री वर लोकेटेड नियर द रॉ मटेरियल साइट्स। आमतौर पर तो पारंपरिक तौर पर आयरन स्टील इंडस्ट्री को रॉ मटेरियल साइट्स पर ही लगाया जाता है, क्योंकि ये बहुत ही भारी इंडस्ट्री है और इसके लिए जो रॉ मटेरियल रिक्वायर्ड होते हैं बेटा, वो भी बहुत हैवी होते हैं। लाइक आयरन ओर, कोल, मैग्नीज, लाइमस्टोन, दे ऑल आर वेरी हैवी and they could be readily available so that transportation costs may be minimized. Some such industries were also established near seaports so that raw material could be easily imported or transported. Right? कुछ ऐसी इंडस्ट्रीज भी होती है जिन्हें पोर्ट एरियाज पर लगा लिया जाता है। वो तब लगाते हैं जब अदर मटेरियल इजीली ट्रांसपोर्ट हो जाए। वैसे तो ज़्यादातर आज के समय में आयरन स्टील इंडस्ट्री को मार्केट के आसपास लगाया जा रहा है, क्योंकि आजकल रॉ मटेरियल के तौर पर स्क्रैप का यूज करें। स्क्रैप क्या होता है? स्क्रैप होता है आयरन का वेस्टेज ऑफ आयरन। जब उसको भी गला देते हैं, मेल्ट कर देते हैं, तो वो भी अच्छे आयरन में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है और स्क्रैप सस्ता मिलता है। कबाड़ जिसे हम कह सकते हैं, आयरन का कबाड़ सस्ता मिलता है, इसीलिए इस स्क्रैप को नियर द मार्केट एरिया ले जाके वहीं पर मेल्ट करवा के वहीं पर फिनिश प्रोडक्ट्स बना करके और सेलिंग कर दी जाती है, राइट। So now let's classify the distribution of iron steel industry in the world. अब चलिए डिस्कस करते हैं आयरन स्टील इंडस्ट्री वर्ल्ड में कहाँ कहाँ और किस तरीके से डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है। तो आयरन स्टील इंडस्ट्री इज वाइडली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड, but it is centralized in developed countries of North America, यूरोप एंड एशिया। ज़्यादातर सेंट्रलाइजेशन नॉर्थ अमेरिका, यूरोप और एशिया में है। और अगर कंट्री वाइज हम बात करें, देन चाइना, यूएसए, जापान, रशिया एंड जर्मनी, these are the major producing countries of the world. Beside these, साउथ कोरिया, इनके अलावा साउथ कोरिया, यूक्रेन, ब्राजील, इटली एंड इंडिया, they are also produce iron steel. So firstly we discuss about the most largest producer of steel, means China. Students, China is the largest steel producing country of the world. विश्व का सबसे ज्यादा स्टील का प्रोडक्शन चाइना में होता है। And the major iron steel producing areas of China are Manchuria region, North China region, Yangtze region and other centers. In Manchuria region, this is the largest region of China, where Anshan and Kushan, these are the main centers. In North China, many steel centers are developed, but Shanxi, Shenxi coal region are the major ones, and the centers are Baotou, Beijing, and Tianjin. Whereas in the Yangtze Valley area, Yangtze is a river. This region has the facility of raw material and water transport both. So the main centers of Yangtze Valley regions are Burhan, Shanghai, Hankou or Chongqing. Some of the other centers also flourish for the iron steel in China, and these other regions are Kinchon, Kunming, Chongqing and Xinjiang. Right? Now the second largest steel producer of world is Japan. Japan is the second largest steel producing country of the world. The one most important thing is that they are not having any kind of raw material producing site. Japan में कोई raw material area नहीं है. So, in spite of unavailability of raw material, with the strength of excellent technology, means of transport, adequate capital and government policy, it has become a major steel producing country. जापान के पास कोई अपना ओन प्रोड्यूसिंग एरिया नहीं है, रॉ मटेरियल साइट नहीं है, फिर भी ये सेकेंड लार्जेस्ट स्टील प्रोडक्शन कंट्री है वर्ल्ड का. किस वजह से? क्योंकि इसका एक्सीलेंट टेक्नोलॉजी, एक्सीलेंट ट्रांसपोर्टेशन सिस्टम, एडिक्वेट कैपिटल और गवर्नमेंट पॉसिबल पॉलिसीज इसको पॉसिबल बनाती हैं. So the basic reason, the major reasons are Nagasaki Yawata region. It is the Japan's largest iron steel producing area. Which one? Nagasaki Yawata region. And it is situated in the North Kyushu Island. Japan four major island का एक group है. उनमें से जो Kyushu Island है, it is the major producing region. And main centers are Yawata, Nagasaki, Okura, Moji and Shimonoseki. Now the second one is Kobe Osaka region. It is situated in the parts of Honshu Island. Honshu Island में है ये, और main center है Kobe, Osaka, Hirohito and Sakai. You can locate all the places in the map, right? Use Atlas for locating the places. You're getting the good command over the region, right? Now Tokyo Yokohama region. It is situated in the northeastern part of Honshu Island. Tokyo is the capital of Japan. Except Tokyo, the Yokohama, Kawasaki are the main center of this region. And the last one is Muroran region. This region situated in the southern part of Hokkaido Island, Hokkaido, and the main center is Muroran, Banshi, Ishikari. Now the third largest producer of the world is USA, United States of America. It has been world's largest producer and as well as consumer of the iron steel for many decades due to its resources. Their raw material has played an important role in localization of the iron steel industry. And the main centers of the iron producing areas are firstly Petersburg, Yangtze region, and this region is situated near the Ohio River in the northern Appalachian area. And the main centers are Petersburg, Yangtze, Babcock, Georgetown and Hampstead. These are the major centers of iron producing area. Now second is Chicago-Gary region. This region is situated in the south of Lake Michigan and main centers are Chicago, Gary, Milwaukee. Then other areas are Erie Lake region. Here. Let me show the area. This area I am talking about. Right? Erie Lake region. This region extends to the coast of adjoining area of Erie Lake and main centers are Detroit, Buffalo, Erie, Cleveland and Toledo. Next is Mid-Atlantic region. This region extends in Massachusetts and Maryland states. And the main centers are Sparrows Point, Allentown, Steelton. Alabama region, it is spread over Alabama and Tennessee states. And main centers are Alabama, Birmingham. And the last one is Western region and most of the factories of this region are small and scattered. And the regions are Los Angeles, Pueblo and San Francisco. So this is the region situated in the USA. Now next is Russia. Russia is the fourth largest iron steel producing country of the world, and the major region of Russia are Ural region. Ural is the mountain ranges situated in the Russia. It is the oldest and leading producer of Russia, and the main centers are Magnitogorsk, Nizhny Tagil. Next is Kuznets region. This region is situated in western Siberia, right? Novakostek and Kuznets are the main center, and intermediate region means basically the adjoining area of Moscow. Moscow is the capital of Russia as well. And the main centers are Tula, Lipsk, Moscow, Leningrad, and Gorky. Other countries which is famous for the iron and steel industries are Duisburg, Dortmund, Düsseldorf, and Aachen in Germany, Kariboy Rock and Donetsk in Ukraine, Jamshedpur, Durgapur, Raurkela, Bhilai, Bokaro, Salem, Visakhapatnam, and Bhadravati in India. These are some of the major iron steel centers of the world. So, major iron steel centers of Britain are Cardiff, Talbot, Hertford, and Sheffield, Glasgow, Falkirk, and Lancashire. And apart from these, Canada, Brazil, Australia, South Africa, Algeria, Morocco, Zimbabwe, etc. These are also producing iron steel as well. So this is all about the iron steel producing areas of the world. See, here the map is given to locate the iron steel area of the entire world. And these are the part of Russia. These here China. This one is Japan, Shanghai, China, Jamshedpur, India, Karachi, Pakistan, Kahira. Doers are Germany, Birmingham. This one is UK, here Australia, Salisbury, Africa, Johannesburg, South Africa, Sao Paulo, Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, Santiago, Chile, then here San Francisco, Los Angeles, Birmingham, Buffalo. This entire area, look at the map. And these are some of the important producing areas of iron. Hope you guys understand the entire term well. Now, in my next video, I will explain textile industry. And textile industry is the second most important industry of the world, according to the industrial development. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.